Mr. Bunn, let me ask you a question. What if you got a letter and it was from, it looked like some law firm, and it came from Canada, and it said, there's a person with your same last name. We have not figured out whether they're related to you or not, but there's $10 million that we could possibly share here if we could help you prove that you're some sort of relative. And then you got on, the internet and you looked up the law firm, and there's no list of lawyers there, but it's a beautiful little website. What would you recommend people doing?
It's a great question, and it happens all too often. I similarly get mortgage mailings at my own house that looks pretty realistic. And so I think whether it's the law firm that in Canada or other scams, I think first and foremost, we need to provide outlets to where that, as we talked about, this educational awareness campaign. I would hope, as I mentioned in the testimony, sort of that STOP acronym, where you sort of stop for a minute to think about, okay, what seems off here? Why would they be sending this to me? Maybe I should check in with a family member that I do know and do trust to be able to say, hey, I don't think that's the best thing that we should be doing here. I have had family members that have fallen potentially to be a victim who called me and said, what's this about? And I said, it's spam. It is a scam. Do not move forward. And so it happens to anyone and everyone. There are no boundaries. And so it takes a network of resources and information to try to prevent it. And then trying from the enforcement side, any tools law enforcement can have to track down where that may be coming from and the ability to hold bad actors accountable, those tools are critically important.
Yeah. Ms. Brado, can you talk about some of the signs of seniors experiencing abuse and why programs offered by the Older Americans Act are important?
Yes, thank you. So the Older Americans Act is important. We have Title VII, elder abuse prevention programs. We provide education to some of what was alluded to. We do provide education to businesses, local partners to increase awareness in regards to older abuse. But whenever we are able to spot abuse is through some of the services that we're providing in home. We have trained individuals, trained specialists that go into the home and are able to identify those red flags of abuse because they're trained. And also, as seniors attend our congregate meal sites, those specialists at those congregate meal sites are also able to identify those signs of abuse, either malnutrition due to self-neglect, financial abuse. Because of that trust that they've built with the specialists, they'll be able to feel more comfortable in disclosing, my son's been taking, my savings or stuff like that. And then also the home delivered meals, when that's another set of eyes going into the home and being able to identify, okay, the meals are still sitting outside the door. Something must be going on with this older adult. So definitely the Older Americans Act funding provides funding for all of these programs that, set another set of eyes for the older adults receiving them.
So, Mr. Bosco, what policies, what are you most proud of? What policy are you most proud of? You can say, boy, if everybody did around the country this, it would have the biggest impact.
The Older Americans Act reauthorization, it really is the cornerstone of our aging policy. So I'd have to probably go and say, because the programming they provide make a difference. And it's a strong investment in the communities by helping older adults, helping them live independently, and keeping them out of costly institutional care. So not only is they're on the front line helping individuals and older adults every day, it's a smart, strong investment that saves money.